Previously, we had discussed what wind turbines do, where some are located, some of the difficulties and problems with wind turbines, and some of the benefits from wind turbines. The importance of me doing this speech is to inform you about wind turbines. Now we will discuss the three major questions that come up when talking about wind turbines. First, are wind turbines or are they not worth the cost? Second, will we or will we not be able to rely on wind energy? And last, are wind turbines or are they not as good for the environment as they are set up to be? When it comes to wind turbines, it is very true to say that they are not cheap. So the question comes to mind, are they worth the benefits? For a small wind turbine, it costs on average $30,000 to purchase and install. For a wind turbine just big enough to power a single house, the price range can be from $10,000 to $70,000 depending on the size, the height, and the installation. The purchase and installation of a very small 1 kilowatt off-the-grid turbine generally costs between $4,000 and $9,000. A 100 kilowatt turbine can cost $3,500. It can take between 6 and 30 years just to pay off one turbine. Imagine a field big enough to power an entire city. Gathering. Many sources say that wind energy is the most cost-efficient renewable energy. It is the lowest priced renewable energy technique available today, costing between 4 and 6 cents per kilowatt an hour, depending upon the wind resource. Sherwood. Another question that comes up when discussing this topic is will we or will we not be able to rely primarily on wind energy to entire cities in this country? Wind power is a very clean source and can be relied on for the long-term future. Wind turbines create a reliable energy. But what happens when there is no wind? Wind power is the second largest renewable energy source available to us, with the potential supply exceeding the current global energy demand. Wind energy has seen a rapid growth in the past decade, with the generations increasing by over 18% in 2012, according to more than half the new reliable energy supply. Anderson and Group, 2012. A 5 kilowatt turbine produces about 8,000 kilowatts per year at 12-mile-an-hour average winds, which is about 100% of what an average household needs. At the large end of the spectrum, a 100 kilowatt turbine in these conditions generates 200,000 kilowatts per year. Off-the-grid systems, and the user will not notice a difference if the wind is blowing or not. The utility provides electricity when the wind doesn't blow, and the extra electricity of the turbine generates is sent back to the utility system and used by its neighbors. Off-the-grid turbines store power in batteries for the on-demand use, and often our solar electricity panels are provided more consistent generation. When the wind blows, the owner uses electricity for the turbine. Winds are low and the consumption is high. The owner uses electricity from off the grid. The smallest wind turbines are also used in conjunction with solar panels. Grabbing. Through extensive research, I was not able to find evidence to support that we will be advancing in renewable energy department, that we will be able to rely primarily on renewable energy for cities in this country. And the last big question that comes up, are wind turbines or are they not as good for the environment as they are set up to be? There is a lot to talk about, from the blades of wind turbines killing thousands of birds, the noise can be heard from miles away, and the height of the blades can take away from the scenery. Wind turbine blades kill about 20,000 to 30,000 birds a year in the U.S., according to the 2007 National Academy Science Study. In contrast, at least 90 million birds die annually from flying into buildings, 130 million die from collision with power lines, and millions are died from pesticides and domestic cats. Williams, 2011. The average height of a small wind turbine is about 80 feet, twice the height of your neighborhood telephone pole, with the range of 30 to 140 feet. For a good preference, experts recommend that the turbines are at least 30 feet above near objects as trees, power lines, and other obstacles. Grabbing. Although wind power plants have very little impact on the environment compared to other conventional power plants, there is seen concern over the noise produced by the router blades. The The blades can churn out the noise on a windy day and can be heard from miles away, and people say it can be very unbearable. Sure would. Now that we have discussed the three major points that come first when talking about wind turbines, are they or are they not worth the cost? Will we or will we not be able to rely primarily on wind energy for cities in this country? And last, are wind turbines or are they not as good for the environment as they are set up to be? I hope this will help you put a little more thought into where you stand with the topic of wind turbines.